Right, I think this is working. Apparently I'm live. Right, my kids might come in and interrupt this because this is a live stream. So you're going to get the raw material. If anyone's watching now, hello. If nobody's watching, then I'm hoping it will save it to my channel. Basically, any of you that know, who have subscribed to my channel, know that I had the balloon insertion on the 19th of October. Now, I've been away from YouTube for the last 2 weeks because quite a lot has happened. Basically, 19th of October, I had the balloon put in, did a few videos. The first week I was very ill. I couldn't keep anything down. The second week, I also was very ill. I couldn't keep anything down, and I ended up getting really weak and really sick. And I was isolated in a caravan. Then I was due to come home. I think around the 30th of October, I was going to come home that weekend, back to my house. But I was so ill, I had to go to A&E because I just literally I just couldn't function. I was so ill, and I have got all the details of everything I ate, every time I got sick, everything I did for the 2 weeks. I've got it all written in a diary because I kept a diary. So at some point in the future, I will make a big video all about that, but I'm not going to have it in this video because this video is purely just to say I haven't disappeared. I was just very ill. I went to A&E on the 30th of October. I was in A&E for like 9 hours. It was horrendous. I was literally in the waiting room just falling asleep. I was so weak. And literally it's because I'd been sick for 2 weeks. I couldn't keep anything down for the first 2 weeks, and literally. Anyway, went into hospital. They kept me in. They kept me until the 6th of November. When I first went in, my blood sugar levels were 4.2, which is really low. My kidneys were struggling because I'd been sick so much. So something about salt in my system wasn't happening. All my body, it was awful. All my hands and my fingers and my toes and my legs all numb and tingling. Apparently that's to do with low salt. I don't know. I was having spasms in my hands. It was just awful. I was so ill. And I just remember being ill in hospital. Oh, it was awful. I was in hospital 6 days, and I didn't think I was going to die, but I was just exhausted. And they basically pumped me with loads and loads of fluids, different drugs, I don't know. I just remember having a drip constantly. And I had needles everywhere. And anyway, so it was horrendous. Now, I don't want anyone who's thinking of having the balloon to be scared by this, because I did learn from this, because I was literally told that I should have rang them before I got so ill. But I just thought the first 2 weeks that people had a horrendous time. I just thought that's just part of having the balloon insertion. So I just didn't really think, oh, I'm no different. I just remember I kept trying to get the food in because I was obviously needed the nutrition. But what I should have done is I should have just had water. When I was sick, the next day I should have this is what I was told in hospital, I should have just had water, plain water, real little sips of water. But I wasn't, because I was so worried about not getting the nutrition. I was putting the nutrition in. Of course, it was coming back up hours later. So in my mind, I was thinking, oh, I'm getting some, but I wasn't. I just wasn't. My body was like panicked. I was weak. I could hardly walk on the 30th of October. It was awful. Obviously, doing videos was the last thing on my mind. I was very, very, very sick. Anyway, got home on the 6th of November, learnt a lot those 6 days in hospital. They managed to get me, and I hadn't done a number 2 as well. So it had been like 2.5 weeks before I finally did that. And they helped me in hospital do that. And it was horrendous. I ended up being in so much pain with that. My body just wasn't reacting very well. And it's not the balloon's fault. It's sort of, I don't know. If I could go back now, knowing what I know now, I would know what to do. So at some point, I'm going to try and do a video about. I know I keep saying I'm going to do videos, but I'm going to try and do videos where I think I went wrong. But apparently, I should have rang them. I should have rang them after the first few days, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And the number you have, I had a go at one of the doctors. He had a go at me in hospital. He said, "Oh, blah, 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 blah." It was awful. And I had a go at him and said, "Well, the number I rang, no one answered." Or it was like, so that's my. I'm doing a video. They're making noise.
So that's the definite.
Thomas, I'm doing a video. Please don't shout. You know his name now. Anyway, so basically, I've learned a lot. And in the first 2 weeks, I lost 2 stone, literally 2 stone. Well, 12 kilograms. I couldn't believe it. Well, you would, wouldn't you, if you're not eating anything? Well, if nothing's staying in, oh, it was awful. It was just awful, really awful. And I've got a diary, and I'll do a whole video of step by step what actually happened, and then how I could have avoided it, so that hopefully no one else will make the same mistake. I'm back home now. I've been home now for a week. I got home on the 6th of November. It's now the 13th of November, and I've had an okay week. I've had 2 days where I've been sick because I've eaten the wrong thing. I actually put on, being in hospital for almost a week, I put on 2 kilograms because they were pumping me with so much fluid. I wasn't eating much. I ended up only being able to have, the only thing that I found that I could keep down, my stomach was like, obviously got so used to being sick, it couldn't keep anything down. It just couldn't. Nothing would stay down. And so I then discovered 40 sip, 40, there's this thing called 40 juice. Yeah, 40 juice. And that was the only thing that stayed down. So I have got some of them now, 40 sip and 40 juice, so that if I have a sick day, because I think I'm going to have some sick days if I eat the wrong foods. My stomach can't tolerate fatty foods. I can't eat lamb. I can't eat anything with too much spice, which I'm not keen on spice anyway. I have to stick to fairly plain food, which I'm okay with because it's just nice to eat food after being sick. So yeah, but I tend to have 40 juice for breakfast or 40 sip, and then I might have another one for lunch, and then I might have an evening meal. If I don't pick the right evening meal, then it will come back up. But in the last week, I've been sick twice, and that was yesterday and the day before, because I had some lamb. I had this beef burger 2 nights ago with my dinner, and I think it was a bit fatty, and so I was sick that night. And then yesterday, I had some lamb. Big mistake. Lamb, no, I was sick all last night. So today, I've basically tried to stick to fairly bland food. I had some chicken, which I know is safe, some green beans and some potatoes. And also my portion size has to be small. If I eat too much, I will get sick. So it's doing its job, because I have to avoid things that will make me sick, because yeah, if I'm sick, I end up being in bed for like the whole of the next day almost. It zaps me out. So yeah. But I mean, looking back in hindsight, if someone was to say to me, "Are you glad you got it?" I would say, yes, I'm glad I got it. I just wish I had more information. But I'm 2 stone lighter, and I feel I've got to get rid of this. I feel better. I can move a bit more. I can actually clean my house, because that was one of the things I was struggling with, because I could hardly move. I couldn't walk very well. My knees were painful. My knees are still, but they're better. My back was painful if I stood up too long. It is better. And so I am really excited, because I think as long as I keep my portions, I think around 200 grams a meal. They said little and often, like instead of having 3 meals of 400 grams a day, have 6 at 200 grams. So that way, and eat slowly. I have to eat slowly. I have to chew my food really, really well. I can drink Diet Coke. I have 1 can. I used to be a real Coke addict, but now I just have 1 can in the evening to wash my balloon. They said it's a good idea to wash your balloon to help the food go down, any food you've had, so then you can settle for the night. If I eat the wrong things, it will sit in my stomach all night and make me feel ill all night. So yeah, any questions, I will feel free to. I will try and do more regular videos. I will try and show what sort of things I'm eating. I'll try my best. I'll try my best to do more videos now that I'm actually getting a bit more strength. I've been so weak. I've been so ill. I've literally, when I was ill, especially in hospital and just before, I was literally awake for an hour, sleep for an hour, awake for half an hour, sleep for an hour. And it was like that for 24 hours. I just was finding it really hard to even function. It was awful, absolutely awful. So yeah, but now I feel like educated, moving forward. I know what I'm doing. I think I'm learning. I've learned a lot. I've learned so much. I've learned so much about gastric stuff. So yeah. So anyway, I feel like I look okay. I feel like I look better than I had been. I looked so ill before. So yeah, so that's it really. I mean, I'm gonna go bye. I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye. Take care and be safe. We are currently in lockdown in the UK, which is fine. Okay, take care. Bye. Until next time. Bye.